Okay, we live, and I want to get into this review. This is Smokey Robinson and the Miracles special occasion. This was released in the summer of 1968. And this pretty much is what I call a definitive Smokey and the Miracles because at this point, they were on a roll. They already had some of their big hits, and Smokey wrote was doing albums on people and doing half the albums, and so this, he had his own success, and the Miracles was writing as well, and this is at a point where it was 68 was uh, a transitional period because at Motown certain things was happening. The certain members of you know another group was getting replaced, and their whole sound was like changing. And then Edwin Starr made his debut, and so they were coming out of the classic Motown, and getting ready to go into the psychedelic type music. This is one of the last albums to ever have like a traditional Motown um, arrangements and structure. This is like one of the last classic periods. And Smokey was a great writer. So was the Miracles. They ruled Motown with the iron fist. They were obviously, that to me I think they were the only guys at Motown to only rival Holland Dozier Holland as far as writing goes, in my opinion. We're gonna get into the music and talk about it. So side A or side one, you got Yester Love. Brilliant track. It kicks off with the drums, Earl Jones. Then you got the brass in it. Dun, 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 dun. You got Marv Turpin was guitar. Dun, 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 dun. Then you got Smokey in there. Yesterday, future plans. He's like really um energetic on this track. Classic Smokey, still on his run with this. Miracles does a fabulous job. You could hear Claudette. She's she's she sings soprano, so her voice is distinct. I think the Miracles, they had some of the best backing vocals they of all time, especially in this period. They were very like sweet, nothing. It was digestible, nothing over the top, but it was just right. I think Claudette had a lot to do with that to even it out, give it that space. So then we go into If You Want. And I think that's Euro Jones too on this. Dun, dun, do, 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 boop, pop, boop, boop, pop, boop, pop. Dun, 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 dun. I like this. I like this transition. And notice it's always a pickup. It's always a pickup with the drums start kicking it off. There is another version of this song exists, came out a few years back on a compilation called, I think it's called Motown Unreleased. It's more of a slow down, still funky, but um, I love this the vocals on here. If you want, you can live. Like I love the brass in here. The baritone. I love the baritone sax in here. Smokey's still energetic, just like Yester Love. Underrated, underrated song in my opinion in their catalog. Then we go transition to the next one, Special Occasion, co-written by Al Cleveland. The pickup on here, that sounds like Pistol Allen on it, with the pickup on the drum. Dun, 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 special occasion. Now that bass, I wonder if that's. I don't think that's Jamerson. That doesn't sound like Jamerson. That might be Bob Babbitt. Maybe Tony Newton. Either way, this might be my favorite song. This is one of my favorite songs on the album. Just that harmony, special occasion. The horns is just hitting. The horns hitting right. Smokey does a great job vocally on here. He gives it that sweetness. Smokey has a great tenor. Nobody talks about Smokey vocally. He has a great tenor. And he inspired a lot of singers. This song actually, matter of fact, this was on, they played this in Sparkle, the 2012 version with Whitney Houston, Jordan Sparks. They played this. Every time I hear this in the car, I'm turning it up for real. Like, good song. And then we got Everybody Needs Love. That was done by the Temptations. And this was written by, I think, Norman Whitfield and, was it Eddie Howland? So the Temptations did it. It was okay. I thought the Temptations version was okay. Gladys Knight put something dynamic on there. Gladys Knight Pips did something dynamic. I think Smokey gave it kind of a real, a different, or it was a different arrangement and more of like a little rocky, a little rock and roll up in there. Like I like this. I like this version. I'm feeling this version actually, and I think it's pretty good. To be honest, it's an underrated version that uh, they should play. And shout out to Smokey because Smokey is starting to play like his his real hardcore tracks. You know, shout out to him for acquiring Soul Town. I listen to that station like daily. And then we got Just Losing You. I feel like Just Losing You, because of the arrangement and the way it's uh, the treatment it has, I feel like this was something that was recorded on the uh, A Way We Go album. I think it's called, yeah, Away We Go. That has Whole Lot of Shaking in My Heart on it. And he did the cover of You Don't Have to Say You Love Me. I can't believe this track right here, Just Losing You, was done was done for that album, but they held it until this album. And Motown was very, very notorious for holding tracks back for a while and then releasing it on some album. You know, like I think I can't remember what it was. I think it was my Jimmy Mack was recording like 60 uh was like 63 or something, and then they released it like 65, I believe. So that's just something to think about. I think this was a pretty good thing. If a pretty good track, it fits like a glove. uh you could tell that this is really like one of those cool, mellow, um, arrangement wise track. I love the way the vocals set up. Smokey gives his best performance on here. Uh, that upright bass is just right, which makes me kind of wonder if this is the Wrecking Crew. It's possible because certain arrangements like this, the Wrecking Crew kind of like tackled. So which means they could have went to LA and did this. Nonetheless, great performance. The next we got Give Her Up. Give Her Up is good. I like the storyline of it. And he's telling he's narrating, he's like, give her up, she's gonna treat you bad and all this. And he's like, when you do, I'll be there to pick her back up. Like, yeah, she did you wrong, she did me wrong, but I'm gonna be there to take her back. So Kind of like Jerry Butler's "Never Gonna Give You Up," when he's like using me like a carpenter uses tool. That type of thing going on. I think this is a good song. Martha Reason Vandellas, they first did this on Come and Get It, Come Get These Memories album. I think that's what it's called, yeah. Back in like 63. So they were like one of the first ones to do it. And then, of course, Smokey pick it up and redo it. I love the bass on that. So the next one we got is I Heard It Through the Grapevine. Now we all recognize the story of the I Heard It Through the Grapevine. A lot of people recorded this song before it really went to the main two artists that ended up, putting it out. Of course, Smokey was one of the people to record it. The Isley Brothers has a version that never saw the light of day. I'm curious to wonder how that sounds. Uh, yeah, a whole slew of artists has recorded I Heard It Through the Grapevine. And then eventually, uh, I think this version is a breath of fresh air, even though it's almost the same arrangements. But I think Smokey gives it a new take. He gives a new take on it. It really sounds great. I think his version should be played a little more often. I really enjoyed this version. The next what we got is Yesterday. Yesterday is a Beatles cover. Uh, and it's funny, I always think that people who cover the Beatles do their songs better than the Beatles, right? It's just like the Beatles thought like they did. I don't know, like maybe the Beatles thought they did a better job on Twist and Shout, but no, they didn't. They couldn't touch the Isley Brothers. So yesterday is a Beatles cover. I like it. I like it a little bit better than the Beatles version. Smokey does this rendition on a TV show, and it was good. Uh, I think it's really a great cover, and I think only guys like Smokey could really take it and do something different with it. Next, we got Your Mother's Only Daughter. It, Al Cleveland is the co-writer, same co-writer on Special Occasion. And I was listening to this and I was like, this is like a part to Second That Emotion. And I often kind of wonder, was this kind of evolved out of Second That Emotion, or did this come first before Second That Emotion, and then Second That Emotion came out of this? Like I kind of like I wrestle with that thought because it's this almost the same arrangement, but it's a flip. It's kind of like a different key, and it might be slightly funkier. I could be wrong. Anybody listening to this, please let me know what you think about it. I think this is one of the funkiest songs on the album, to be honest, along with uh, If You Want. And yeah, I really, really dig this. And then we got Much Better Off. Much Better Off to me is like one of the coldest songs that ever written, ever produced, arranged. Just that slick arrangement that ooh, doom 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 ooh, doom 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 doom, like that bass on there, like Jamerson is like elite on here. I sometimes wonder if it's two bass players on here. It's possible because I'm like, it seems a bit complicated in some of the uh, playing of it. Now I wrestle with this bass line. I'll be trying to get it down, but you know, this has been sampled quite a bit. I think Wiz Khalif sampled it and a couple other people. But I think this, to me, this is my favorite song off the album. Um, Along with like Special Occasion, but Much Better Off, like to me, like this is the song that really, like, just this arrangement, like nobody can't see the miracles at Motown, Smokey Robinson Miracles, because just this track alone, I just be like, man, like they really was like on people's heads with this. Like they were really just this arrangement. Like it's very like that just that down 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 down. Like they were in a bag when they produced this. When they came up with this, they was just, man, this should have been a single. I really would have. I would have, if I was Barry Gordy, I would have been promoting this one, like for real. I listen to this like daily, and I put this on like multiple playlists that I got for the car. So next one we got "You Only Build Me Up to Tear Me Down." It shares the same theme as "Give Her Up." It's almost like it's identical, like it's like it could be like a cousin or a brother and a sister type thing in terms of songwriting and uh, the themes. I feel like there's two bass players on this song because it's too fat. It's the notes. It's too integral. Like you can hear it's double. The bass is double. Like it's Jamerson and Tony Newton going, you know, unless it's Babbitt and Jamerson. Uh, I love the chorus on here. You only build me up to tear me down. You only build me up. Um, this is a great way to end the album. Really, this is one of the best ways to end the album on this note. I feel like they like, I mean, 11 songs, 11 song project. Every song on here is hit, is just like hit worthy. You only build me up to tear me down. You only build, and just that bass, that do 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 do. Like, listen to that. Put some headphones on. Get your best headphones. Listen to that bass and come back. But Smokey around this time, Smokey was like, his pen game was like immaculate. Like, he was writing like mad hits for the Marvelettes and stuff. I love this song. I think Miracles does a great job on here. Smokey vocally does his thing. This is like one of the. This is my favorite album by them. Like, truth be told, this is my favorite album by uh, Smokey and the Miracles. Smokey produced the album. Like, it don't get no better than this. Classic Motown. And they did an album live at the Rooster's Tail in Detroit. And, you know, they performed Yester Love, If You Want. It was pretty good. Uh, you know, check out those songs live. And I'm gonna end the video like this. Please like this video, comment, subscribe. Let me know what's your favorite song on this album. The vocal performance. Vocal performance, I'm gonna rate it. I'm gonna rate this album. I'm gonna rate it, for me, a 9 out of 10. Vocally, I say 4 stars. Music wise, music arrangement, I'm going to say 5 stars. Because, you know, I love a good arrangement. I love a good bass line. I love a good pickup. Everything on point. Let me know what else I should review. Let me know what you want me to review. Put it in the comment section. Like this video, comment, subscribe. I'm DJ Gary. I'm out.